Hello, my lovelies. Aries, this is going to be your 1 week read. So we are going to start doing some sign specific readings. So I'm going to incorporate a lot of stuff into those 1 week reads. So I have 4 decks we're going to use for your reading. I'm also going to include some charm casting with the weekly reads. So this is going to be from like whatever day you see this and a week in advance. All right, so we're going to start with how's life treating you? So Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus all apply. Let's see what we have. Ooh, date night. Get a sitter, make plans, and take a night out. So maybe you're going to have a date night. Maybe you need a sitter. Start over. You're making a fresh start somewhere. Start over. Don't waste your life. Get out there and live. And bills past due, money issues. It's time to cut unnecessary spending until things level out. So while you might want to go out and treat yourself, don't break the bank. I feel like that's going to be an important lesson out there. Okay, we're going to do love next. What do we have going on for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Sorry if you hear the dog chewing on his bone. He's in here. What do we have going on for Aries for love? There we go. Ooh, someone might be calling, reaching out. Could be you to them, them to you, however it fits. Tarot can go both ways. Roles are reversible. So somebody might be expressing how they feel. Maybe someone's asking you out on a date, or maybe you're asking them out on a date. Someone's thinking of you and expressing how they feel. Are you ready to make some healthy choices in love and in life? If you do, your life is going to be a lot happier. So start practicing self-love and self-care. And love. I feel like you're welcoming in some unconditional love. I love to see that. I feel like it starts with self-love, right? That's really important. And the palm tree, welcoming in some sort of stability or even a stable relationship. All right, we're going to get some messages from the Starseed Oracle. I hardly ever use this deck, but I love it. So let's see what we need to know for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the next 7 days that they see this message. Earth pulsing, pulse of the mother, slow down, time in nature. So maybe instead of everything being so quick paced in your life, maybe you need to actually spend some time grounding out in nature. I feel like sitting near water could be really significant. So whether that's a stream, a river, an ocean, whatever, some sort of body of water, that could be really important. Make sure that you actually ground your energy. Okay, so like the Schumann resonance, if you're unfamiliar with that, it measures the Earth's vibrational frequency, and we have to kind of match that in order to be compatible with life here. Normally it sits about 7.85-ish. And over the last week or so, it has been up in like the 80s. So we feel that when it changes. We can be feeling disoriented, not feeling ourselves. Mood swings, all sorts of body aches and pains, things like that. So ground your energy. It's going to help you to clear that energy out. All right, inner earth, you'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. So Spirit's trying to give you some sort of solution to any sort of issue that you're facing. Don't worry, you'll survive this. What else? Surrender to the sweetness, Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. Are you living to work or working to live? Because I feel like you need to start focusing on actually enjoying things in life instead of everything being not so great. All right, and the great severing, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. You do have a lot of love trying to come in. Are you going to be open to receive it? Remember, Mars is what rules Aries. It's the planet of like war, right? Mars is the god of war. And so I feel like you could be quick to anger, right? Quick to throw some punches sometimes, but I feel like this is cautioning you to soften to love. So if there's something that's triggering rage or anger to bubble to the surface, I feel like you need to go ground your energy and you need to operate from your heart space. That's going to be important. All right, Aries, let's see what's happening for you for the next week. What's going on for Aries? Thank you. 2 of Cups. Yep, you're definitely thinking about love, marriage, and commitment going forward. So I feel like you're really planning something. Maybe it's a date, maybe it's a surprise proposal, things like that. I feel like financially maybe things weren't so great, so maybe that's been a hindrance to you. But I do feel like things are changing. So don't hoard your resources because money is improving. So make good decisions. I feel like you're really burnout and exhausted. So make rest a priority before you really can't go back from that. You know, you need to take good care of your body. And the Ace of Wands, right? Quick movement, quick energy. This is creativity. This is passion. This is a lot of fresh starts and new beginnings, especially where creative ventures are concerned. King of Wands, so there's your energy. I do feel like you are ready to make a bold move somewhere. You might have a lot of options. I feel like there's only one that you have in mind, and you might be manifesting a fresh start, a new beginning. The Hermit, maybe you're sick of being in the dark is what I feel like, and you're trying to like wiggle your way out of the darkness and follow the light. I feel like you are going to be okay, but your guard's super high, right? And so we need to figure out how to trust again. That creates some balance. I feel like divine intervention is happening for you, especially in love and money. That's interesting. Page of Pentacles in reverse. You need some goals. I feel like maybe there's some lessons you had to learn, but I feel like you need to start setting some goals. One of those, it looks like, is marriage, commitment, and stability. Interesting. So I feel like you have commitment on the brain right now. I feel like there's some things that are changing. If you've been working on yourself, I do feel like things really start to turn around. So we're going to use our charm casting board. So this one's just kind of general. So we're going to see what we have here. Spirit, show me what's going on for Aries in the next 7 days. Okay. All right. So love is definitely something that's coming for you in the next 7 days. We also have a seahorse. So seahorses mate for life, so you could be welcoming in a soulmate. Those ones fell off the board, so we're just going to show you. And then we have a teeny tiny little tree here. So I do feel like you need to maybe plant some roots. Maybe you're looking for some stability in your love life. I feel like maybe you want to start a family, things like that, right? And you want it to be something that's solid and stable. All right, in our first row, we have feeling feelings and take a trip. We have the poinsettia. So I feel like around Christmas time, you might be planning to take a trip somewhere and go see something, do something fun. Maybe you're going to be traveling to see someone that you have feelings for. Very strongly feel that. In setbacks, we have the butterfly. So this would indicate that we are going through change and transformation. A setback may be setting you up for success, but you have to transform the energy in order to achieve that. In spirit, we have the fish. So, right, Jesus's symbol is the iscus, I think is how you say it, the iscus fish, something like that. So, Spirit's telling me something about fisher of men. Maybe somebody's going fishing. Maybe you're fishing for a new partner, things like that. Maybe your partner is a Pisces or a potential partner is a Pisces. But I feel like fish are significant. And I feel like Spirit's trying to leave you signs. Okay, so maybe a fish is a sign for you. Interesting. All right, caution and avoid it. We have the apple. So are you avoiding making healthy choices in life? I feel like these don't really show up. Oops. So a little apple here. I feel like you need to make some really good choices. Maybe it has to do with diet. Maybe you need to incorporate more natural foods into your life, but there's something that you should avoid. Maybe you're avoiding being healthy when it comes to certain things, however that happens to work out. In trust, we have the money symbol. So I feel like Spirit's trying to tell you to trust in the universe, that they have your back, that they will bless you financially, and that you need to trust that they will. In endings, we have the little dog. So maybe you had a pet that's passed on. Biggest sympathies for that. That's something that's super hard. I feel like there could be a new addition to your life after an ending. Maybe it's a pet that you get because you lost someone. In your spiritual category, we have the coin. It says graduation is not the end, it's the beginning. So I do feel like you're going through kind of a metamorphosis spiritually. I feel like there's endings that happen to open up. They're telling me gateways. I love that. Gateways for you to walk through to get to the next level, right? Because it's not an ending, it's a new beginning. Every door that closes, there's a new one that will open. So I feel like spiritually you're growing. In work, we have the tape measure. Maybe you do something that's like blue collar, maybe, you know, construction, things like that, measurements. Maybe don't compare yourself to other people when it comes to like jobs, wages, things like that, because I feel like sometimes it just frustrates us. But I feel like you'll measure up just fine wherever you're supposed to be. Okay, let's see. In friendships, hardships, we have toothpaste. So I feel like something's cleaning up in your life. There could be some financial hardships. Maybe somebody needs to get like dental work done, things like that. Maybe there's something going on with the teeth specifically. We have another butterfly, so some sort of change and transformation there, and hardships. Things are turning around. They're going to improve. Let's see. Love and romance. So we have a smiley face that says love life. So Spirit wants you to just love life, okay? They want you to enjoy. I do feel like you miss love in your life. And I feel like there is new love that's coming in. And I feel like it's going to be something that's pretty good. You know, somebody that will end up being your future spouse or partnership. Let's say you don't get married, that you just make a commitment. But I do feel like that's coming in. And Spirit wants you to enjoy things, right? Put a smile on your face. All right. In home, we have the angel wings. So you could have had a loss in your home life. Maybe they've transitioned to spirit. You definitely have guardian angels that are always around trying to help you and protect you. And maybe there's angel wings around your home somewhere. We have the ocean waves. So I feel like if things have been a little bit rocky, we're going to calm those things down. Spirit's going to help us to do those things. All right, in shadow work, we have share. Interesting. On the other side of this, there's like some flowers or something on the back side. Hopefully that shows up. So share, shadow work. I feel like this is trying to tell you that you might need to share your story, your testimony, what you've lived through. I feel like it's going to help somebody else that's maybe younger, that hasn't experienced as many difficulties, and they don't know where to turn, so they feel kind of lost. So I feel like you might be... they're telling me on a platform somehow, like, I don't know, soapbox preaching. Maybe you write about your story. Maybe you share it on social media, things like that. Maybe in your town, work, whatever. But I feel like you're supposed to share what you've experienced, that it helps other people. It also helps you. We have Snoopy. So there could be some spying eyes, spying energy. Again, there could be a dog involved in your world. I do think that you might be welcoming in a pet of some kind, dog or otherwise. All right, in family, we have Saturn, and Saturn is currently retrograde, I believe, until almost the end of the year. So Saturn is the planet of karma, okay? It's also a card about really like strict rules, regulations, things like that. So I feel like we're restructuring things in our family life. Maybe things have been really strict. Maybe you don't want it to be that way. So I feel like some changes are being made. Again, we have a dog. So maybe you weren't allowed to have a pet or something growing up. I feel like Spirit's trying to maybe take some of the strictness away and allow you to actually enjoy things again. All right, in health, we have a butterfly, so something's changing for the positive in your health. We also have a heart. This one says love you. So I do feel like you're going to find ways to love yourself as well as somebody in your life that maybe loves you. All right, we have the Celtic cross. So ties to spirituality, religion, maybe somebody also rides a motorcycle comes to mind when I touch that one. Just doing things to improve your health. And then in self-care, we have some sacred geometry. This little flower image here. So I feel like some things are changing, things are growing, things are blooming. You have another flower in self-care. So I feel like if you're focused on you over the next little bit and you're really starting to take good care of you, you're going to be astronomically amazed, is what Spirit gives me, with how much life, health, and everything else can improve. Have a great week.